All right, so it is June the 19th or June the 20th. And thank you for being here today for somatic meditation. We're going to just begin with some centering and grounding to connect with ourselves and each other and the earth. So let's just close our eyes to bring that inward focus and feel the earth underneath us. Feel your connection to the earth, so probably through your feet and your buttocks. And just start to sense the openness, the vastness. Notice what qualities of the earth are present to you as you start to open up. Maybe a sense of peacefulness and stillness. Maybe even a sense of acceptance and nurturing. Just see what's present for you as you start to open up to the earth and allow those qualities to permeate your body. Noticing how the boundary between your body and the earth is not as distinct maybe as we think it is, but perhaps more porous. There's more of an exchange of energy that is always there, but sometimes we feel cut off from. And then out of that sense of connectedness with the earth, we feel the stability, and that stability helps us lengthen up through our spine. There's that responsiveness. And our spine lengthens from the bottom to the top, up through the crown of our head. Drawing back through the back of our head and the backs of our ears, letting there be space between our teeth and our tongue float in our mouth. Dropping into the spaciousness of our body and our back line. Just feeling what it's like to arrive in the openness of your body. You know, this is your basic goodness, your intrinsic goodness. Not your basic goodness isn't good and bad. It is this sense of openness, our awakened nature. And this too is always present and available. And then finally, for now, we'll just check in on that space in the middle of our belly, between your perineum and your navel. Without needing to manipulate anything, just notice when you become still and you pay attention, how the breath is already coming into your belly in this place. And around that sense of your breath coming into your belly, there's a softening around your lower belly and your pelvis itself. So feeling this openness and vastness and connection to the earth underneath you. The openness and vastness along your back line, the openness in your belly. Staying connected with all these parts of yourself and the earth. Just notice how our mantra lands for you right now. Remembering that I am intrinsically good without exception, and that I have been given this precious opportunity of my unique life. I find ways to engage in my daily practice in everyday life. When I open to the vastness, stillness, silence, peace, and stability of the earth, that vastness, stillness, silence, peace, and stability opens into my body and being. Remembering that my heart is open, tender, and responsive, I enter into my relationships as a part of my daily practice in my everyday life. So just sensing in your body any kind of physical or emotional response to that right now. Maybe even a mental response to it. And then feel that connection to the earth again. That deep, wide, open, infinite space underneath you. Feel the lengthening of your spine. And let your attention rest gently on the breath coming into your belly. And then you can allow yourself to transition back to each other here, to our circle, to receive the teachings for today. I wanted to speak again to part of our mantra that I've already spoken to, you know, the precious opportunity of our unique life, but more so in terms of the 3 ways of knowing that we're focusing on this month, which is like, you'll go away for a week of retreat and then all of a sudden most of the month is over. So the 3 ways of knowing are, you know, first you hear the teachings and you contemplate the teachings, and then you come to know them for yourself through your meditation. And I wanted to really focus on how each one of us, because of a particular set of circumstances and conditions, have access to the teachings that we have access. And to really focus on how precious that really is. Because you're not here by mistake. There were a particular set of conditions and circumstances that led you here. And it is no mistake that you are connected with me as a teacher, with this lineage of teachings, with this lineage of teachers, with the style of yoga that we practice, with the way that we're meditating now. You know, each one of us are given access to a particular set of teachings, to a teacher that comes into our lives. And it may seem haphazard, and it may seem like there's no rhyme or reason to it. And we also may see it as something as common as, you know, brushing our teeth each day or putting on our shoes each morning. And, you know, it's not. It's just not. It's as precious as our unique human lives. And we've talked about this before, you know, our own human situation is incredibly rare and fortunate. And each one of us has been led here to these teachings, to this community. And we each live with a set of circumstances that allows us to access the internet so that we can stream videos, so that we can stream audios, so that we can read a book together with our book club with Maria, so we can practice whatever yoga and meditation practices that we choose from the comfort of our homes, 24 hours a day if we choose, 7 days a week. And more than that, we have access to teaching talk after teaching talk. You can attend like you are now, live, or you can listen later on whatever device you want, on your computer. But, Tim also makes various versions available for you. So if you just want the audio, you can put it on your iPod or your cell phone, and you can plug it into your headphones and walk and listen. It's all available there for you for your convenience. And, this is an incredible opportunity to be able to engage in teachings that will allow us to grow, to awaken, to connect with ourselves, to connect with this living universe, with the earth, to connect with our fellow community members, the fellow human beings on this path. And, to be connected with a teacher who's willing to meet with you in person each week, who's willing to respond to you each time you write a post or a message. This in itself is rare and uncommon. I think even just in attempting to reach out to other people to collaborate with, I'll comment on a yoga video in somebody else's channel and very often not get a reply. Not everyone has these opportunities. Not everybody knows that they're available or even has access to the internet or time to practice. A lot of people are completely, their life circumstances are such that they're in survival mode, so there's not even space or time in their lives for a spiritual practice. And then there are people that just don't have access to teachers. And it's important not to squander, and I know I'm preaching to the choir with each and every single person that's here, but it's important not to squander this opportunity with excuses of being too busy. Or, let this land where it does. There are times, and I know I do this for myself, there are times when I know I squander the opportunity I have by letting myself off the hook in various ways. We have something incredibly valuable here. We have something that allows us to connect with our awakened nature, to appreciate our lives more deeply. And this is highly unusual. When I was on retreat this past week, we did a lot of chants every day, which were really powerful. We chanted, two of the chants we did were to protectors. One of the protectors was Ritro Gampo and one was Kurukula. And Ritro Gampo would keep us from getting too arrogant and full of pride about our practice, so that we didn't think that we were special because we were practicing, or we were better than everybody else because we were practicing, or, that's basically it. But on the other hand, Kurukula would remind us just, the preciousness of our human lives, just how beautiful and special our lives and practice are. And that our access to teachings was a thing of abundance in our lives. And more than that, as a protector, she would remove the obstacles that would get in the way, the kind of thinking that letting ourselves off the hook, or even illness, household responsibilities, any kind of obstacles that get in our way, so that we can attend to our beautiful practice, to the beauty of our practice. So hearing the teachings from a teacher with whom you have a personal connection is a gift. Having access to live classes, first of all live, and then afterwards through the recordings that you can go back to again and again, is a gift. Our book club, the teachings in the yoga classes that are filmed and then available for you 24/7, new ones available each week. This all is a precious offering for you in your life. And then being able to contemplate these teachings within an encouraging community like this just adds to the blessing itself. And you know, you're not here by mistake. There were a particular set of conditions and circumstances that led you here. And I think that is a beautiful contemplation in and of itself, because what ended up happening this morning was at the end of my talk, which is pretty much finished right now. We finished and everybody went, "Oh, thank you so much, Melissa. Thank you." It became this kind of like weird thanking me, which is not what it's about, right? It's not what I want it to be about. It's, you know, if we can let this contemplation, like that's outward focused, right? Like, let's take this time to see what particular set of conditions and circumstances make it possible for you to be here and for you to have access to this feast that's laid before you. You know, this morning I also spoke about, there was this moment when I was on retreat, and I was standing in front of the altar. There was an altar for Kurukula. And I was just standing there, and I had this moment of awareness. I was reflecting on what Kurukula meant. And I just had this insight that probably came from Kurukula herself, that, you know, it was incredibly special that I was there. And, there was some part of me that felt like I wasn't deserving, or that I wasn't fully there, or, that's the kind of thinking, that was an obstacle to me fully being there. And this was like in the first couple of days. And that moment of me standing in front of that altar, I had this just profound realization that every single circumstance and condition in my life led me there, allowed me to be at that retreat. That that my birth, that all the conditions and circumstances of the rearing of my childhood, as painful and whatever it was, led me to be the person that I became, led me to become the teacher that I am, led me to inspire enough people to completely pay for me to be there, to believe that I should be there on that retreat. Because that wasn't going to be possible for me. But there I was, completely there, because of all of those circumstances and conditions in my life. Able to partake of that feast laid out before me, just as deserving as every single person there. That is the lavish and generous opportunity of your unique and precious life. And I think it's worthy of contemplation. So, I'll leave it to you to respond, ask questions, introduce yourself, and then we'll go into practice.
It's interesting that you brought that up. I find finding that very emotional. And yesterday I went for a bike ride, and there's a bridge over the river, and I'm walking over the bridge, and I just stopped and I looked at the clouds over the mountain ranges, and I just stood there and I went, it's so beautiful. I can't believe they're so beautiful. Like, and I'm here right now. It was just a moment where I was just completely felt it, and it was just a beautiful moment, you know. And I thought about, you know, all that's led me to that moment. It's so funny you're talking about this today. It really is. You know, I was thinking about everything, the whole, from the get-go, childhood, and all the loss and the good stuff and the bad stuff, everything. Yeah, all in that one moment of standing there looking at the clouds over the mountains going, it's just amazing. Mm.
I'm Maria. I've been kind of thinking about this myself lately. And I think I have a very big opportunity to be present here, in finding you and this community, because I find so much support, and I think I've changed, my whole perspective has changed so much in the last year, being in this community and being able to speak about my experiences and have that container to hold whatever is coming up for me. And it's an opportunity, and it is precious to be here and to, you know, to have you as a teacher. I can speak to you. I mean, I never thought that when I first, I think I responded to something on, I don't know if it was Facebook or Instagram, and you responded to me, and I was amazed, because I never, you know, you respond to certain people. Nobody ever replies back to you. And being part of this class every week since the beginning, and coming here and speaking about what's coming up for me, and getting feedback from everyone is amazing. It's an experience that I don't think a lot of people have, and it's helped me tremendously. I mean, I've gone through a lot of things in my life, and I think I was led here to you and to do your videos just at the right moment in my life, because I don't think I would have been ready for this like 5 years ago, or even 3 years ago. I think, well, 3 years ago, to where meditation is helping me and progress through my life, and to see what's coming up for me, and to progress through the things that have gone on in my life and I never dealt with until now.
Yeah, those are the conditions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that allow it, that make it possible.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes we think that they're not right. They can be the very conditions that we judge, but they're the very ones that make it possible, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to check in, Madeline? Okay. All right, let's practice. So you're going to start lying down on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, adjusting the position of your feet so that there's no strain in your low back, your inner thighs, and so that you can relax without any effort. And then place your hands on your low belly. And let your elbows be heavy on the ground. Closing your eyes to encourage an inward focus. And also when you close your eyes, just let them sink back. Let them sink back in your head. And then feel your 2 feet, the 2 sides of your buttocks, your mid-back, your 2 shoulder blades, your 2 elbows, and the back of your head. Feel your connection to the earth underneath you. Feel the support underneath you, and let your body settle. Allow yourself to fully let go into the earth. So that you can be relaxed and open and receptive. So you're going to begin with your feet, breathing into your big toes. Feeling the big toes, breathing into all the pores of your big toes. Just noticing what sensations are there. Allowing yourself to be still and quiet so that you begin to feel more and more what sensations are present. And as sensation comes to the foreground, maybe it's tension, maybe it's gripping, maybe it's holding on. Just notice how that tension begins to release and dissolve and let go into the earth. And then you breathe into your second toe. Feeling the tension, feeling the holding. Knowing that you have plenty of time, that there's no rush, that you can allow your awareness to unfold slowly. So see what tension is uncovered there. And as the tension reveals itself, notice how it may stay the same. There may be some release, and there may be some energy going down into the earth. And then you're coming to your middle toes. You're breathing through all the pores of your middle toes. letting your awareness open to whatever sensations you find there. Notice any holding on. And then feel the invitation to release and let go. As you do this, you may notice that there are other parts of your body that you want to release or are inviting you to release and let go. And this is normal because the meridians of your whole body are mapped onto through your feet. And so just follow that response and then come back. So come to your fourth toe now. Breathing through all the pores of your fourth toe, feeling into the tension, the tightness, the holding on. And then letting that tension release down. We're taking plenty of time here, developing a fuller experience of sensation in each toe, each particular tension, and then following the process of release, following the release down into the earth. And this is a developmental process. Over time, you will gradually feel more. Over time, you will sense the sensations releasing into the earth. And then you're coming into your baby toe, feeling the tension, feeling the holding on. And then releasing that tension down into the earth. So from here, you're going to open your awareness up into the ball of your foot, feeling the density, the thickness of the tension in this part of your foot. And let yourself be patient here. Let yourself discover the holding on and the tightness here. Breathing into the tension, breathing into the numbness, allowing yourself to explore into the ball of your foot. Feeling for tension, sensation, and noticing the letting go that starts to happen. And then you're coming into the arch of your foot, feeling the tightness all the way along this upward curve from the front, the middle, the back, the inside, the outside. Breathing into it. Letting go. And then coming from the roof of your foot into the interior density of your foot. Right in the middle, feeling all those masses of tension, all the crossroads of tension, tendons, bones, muscles, skin. Feel into those. Breathe in and then feel how they release down through the layers. Feeling the band of tension that goes from the outside of your foot, from your baby toe to your heel. Feeling that line of tension. And then starting to feel into the tension in your heel, your ankle bones, the interior of your ankles. Feeling any tightness, tension, pain, and just letting it all flow down through the earth. So you're developing an ability to be able to focus and let your awareness stay in one area. You're building an ability to be able to sense. And this is something that's going to develop slowly over time, each time you practice your meditation. This is time well spent. So now you're letting your whole foot melt, completely relax, feeling your whole foot dissolve and melt down into the earth. Now bringing your awareness to your whole lower leg, your shins, your shin bones, the muscles on the either side of your shin bones. Coming to the interior of your lower leg, your calf muscle from behind your knees to down to your Achilles. Feeling into all the layers of tension in your lower legs. Feeling, sensing, feeling that tension travel down through your lower legs, through your feet, and into the earth. Let it release down, feeling it slide down your lower legs, completely relaxing, surrendering the tension. Coming into your knees, your kneecaps, the interior of your knees, the inside and outside of your knees, the backs of your knees. Letting that tension come forward and then letting it slide down your legs and into the earth. So you're just letting everything go. And then feel your buttocks connecting to the earth. Breathing into your buttocks, feeling the gripping, feeling the holding on. And allow your buttocks to release, soften, and let go. Connect more deeply with the earth. Feel the tension. Know that you don't need to hold on anymore. This is your access point to the earth here. Feeling the tension in the pelvic bone muscles themselves, the iliac crest, the muscles on the sides of the hips. And then coming to your upper legs, your upper thighs, the backs of your legs, your inner thighs, your outer thighs. Feeling the density, the thickness, the tension of this large muscle group in your body. Feeling into the layers, the tension, the holding, and just let that slide down. The femur bone, the upper leg bone, it all slides down through your buttocks into the earth. Now you're coming into your mid-back, At the base of your sternum, the base of your ribs, feel that connection with the earth there. Breathing in, feeling the tension in the base of the rib cage, into the interior, inside of the ribs, the lower lungs. Feeling that tension and letting that tension drift back down through the layers from the base of the sternum, from the interior of the ribs, down the side. Following that tension all the way up through the interior of the rib cage, the lungs, the sternum, along the front of the chest, and just letting that energy, that tension sink down through all the layers of the ribs. And then you're coming to the shoulder blades, feeling their connection to the earth. Breathing your awareness into the interior of your upper body, especially just inside of your shoulder blades. Feeling into the intention here inside your shoulder blades and also into the interior of your upper body, your lungs, your collarbones. And let that tension just dissolve down through the layers, through your shoulder blades and into the earth. Feel your elbows heavy on the ground. Let the tension from your fingers, your hands, your wrists, your lower arms drain down through your elbows. And then let the tension from your shoulders and your upper arms drain down through your elbows and into the earth. And then feel your head resting heavy on the ground. Notice any tension in your face, your forehead, your eyebrows, your eyeballs. And just feel it start to wash back, fall back, dissolve back, draining down through the back of your head and into the earth. Let your eyes continue to sink back and drop back in the eye sockets. Your brain, feel the tension in your brain. Let it sink back. Let the tension dissolve. Feel the tension on your scalp, every follicle of hair, and relax. In your temples, your entire head, face, skull relaxes and melts. And then you're going to breathe into your body as a whole, feeling tension in your body. And as you breathe out, follow that tension down and into the earth. So breathe into your body, sense any remaining tension. And as you breathe out, you're following the tension as it dissolves down into the earth. Letting your body be completely relaxed as you follow the tension down and into the earth. So the next time you breathe out and follow your tension on your exhale into the earth, let your awareness stay in the earth. You're just going to let your awareness abide down in the earth. And then on each breath out, you're going to allow your awareness to open and drop a little bit further. So on the in-breath, you stay in the earth. And as you breathe out, you open and drop. Breathing out, opening and dropping a little bit further. So you're opening and sinking, going deeper and deeper. Your body is relaxing to greater and greater levels on the surface. And your awareness keeps dropping and opening. And the deeper you drop into the earth, the less gripping, the less tension you experience in your body on the surface. So your awareness is dropping and opening into the earth like a feather floating down and down and down, or like a snowflake falling from the sky. You just keep dropping and sinking, going deeper and deeper and deeper. And when you notice yourself kind of stalling out or feeling like you reached a spot where you can't go any further, just open up and drop a little bit more. Keep opening and dropping, going deeper and deeper. And if you feel yourself lifting up again, it's okay, just let go and begin again. Let your awareness drop and open. Just stay with the sensation of sinking and letting go. You're just going to descend on and on and on and on into the infinity, into the vastness and openness, into the space of complete acceptance. And sense in yourself that kind of longing to go deeper, and allow that to open you more. Feeling that sense of warmth and spaciousness that feels reassuring, that's calling you deeper. Just keep opening and dropping to that, opening to that space that is accepting and accommodating everything for you, opening to that sense of longing you feel. You breathe out and you open and you drop. You open and open, go deeper and deeper. Your awareness stays in the depths. Your body is relaxed and open on the surface, but your awareness is in the infinite depths. You can allow your body on the surface to open to the sensations of the earth underneath you. You can let yourself be touched by it, but your awareness keeps opening and dropping further and further to the depths. Relaxing, opening, dropping, sinking. Feeling that sense of descending on and on, noticing where you're holding back, and just open and let yourself go. Feeling that sense of openness, that reassuring sense of space. Keep on dropping, keep on opening, keep on sensing and feeling that space around you. Let your awareness drop. It's like that feather floating down and down and down. And keep feeling, keep breathing out, keep opening and keep dropping. Keep letting your awareness open and drop further. And then letting go of any sense of technique whatsoever. Just sense, just see what it feels like. Notice what your body feels like on the surface. Notice what the awareness feels like in the depths of the earth. Notice what it feels like to be touched by that sense of vastness, openness, the totality of all being. Just feel and just be in that space. And then staying connected with the earth underneath you. Take some time to gather yourself up. We're going to come to sit together for a while now. So take a moment, roll to your side, stay connected with the depths. And then choose how you're going to sit today, moving slowly, staying connected with the depths. When you take your seat, feel the earth underneath you. Feel your buttocks settle, relax into your cushion or your chair. Let there be a connection with the earth underneath you. You want your legs to be relaxed so that your hips are relaxed, your knees are lower than your hips. And from that sense of connection with the earth, feeling that connection with the earth underneath you, there's a very energetic rise of your spine. Up through the crown of your head, a lengthening through the back of your head, a drawing back through the backs of your ears, a slight tuck of your chin. Space between your teeth and tongue floating in your mouth. Elbows right underneath your shoulders, not too far back, not too far forward. If they're too far back, they'll pull you back. If they're too far forward, they'll pull you forward. And then just spend a moment or two finding the center for your spine, leaning forward, back, side to side. When you find that space for your central column opens up. Relaxing your lower belly. And let yourself be so relaxed in your body, your posture will hold you. Let yourself be so present, so relaxed, so still, that as you attend to your lower belly, you start to become aware of your breath coming in through your lower belly. That yin breathing. So you'll feel your breath streaming in through your lower belly, space in the middle of your pelvis between your perineum and your navel. And as you breathe into that space, just feel how your lower belly and your pelvis relaxes more and more. Your spine is long. Feel your breath coming into your low belly. And feel how your lower belly is relaxing and opening around your breath coming into your low belly. Long through the back of your head. Relax your collarbones. Even let there be space between your lips so your throat can soften. Let your spine be long. Check your posture. Make any adjustments you need to stay connected with your breath in your belly. And let your body be relaxed. Okay, I'm going to start to make our transition back to each other now. So we've come to that time together to open the floor to any questions or comments you might have about your practice, either this one in particular tonight or your practice in general. I think I'm going to have to call this practice the face changer because the same thing happened this morning, eh, Madeline? Everybody's face just completely changed.
Interesting practice for me. There was a lot of tension that was released. there's also a lot of edge, particularly coming up to seated. I felt connected to the earth, in the earth, relaxed, and come up to seated, and it's like there's something there. I'm butting up against something there. A resistance, an emotional tone that's fearful. I'm not quite sure what that is. That's something I think it's going to be calling me back. I don't think I was done, although I had to. I stopped the practice because probably enough for me today. I don't have the container. I don't have the space for it today, but it's there's something there.
For me, it was a little bit, when I was laying down, I had a little bit of resistance to going down into the earth. It just felt like I couldn't go, I just couldn't go past a certain spot. I kept on resisting going down. I could feel myself tensing, instead of letting myself go. But when we sat up, for some reason, it was just like everything was so, like I couldn't even feel my body. It was just so, my body felt very liquid, like it was very fluid for some reason. And I felt it releasing tension more sitting down today for some reason than laying down. And the weather here has been like humid and rainy, and my joints and my back has been bothering me, but I couldn't even feel my body. It felt like there was nothing there. It was just so relaxed, up to the end of the practice. I've never experienced that, just sitting down.
I sense that connection to the earth was deeper than your mental construct of it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Just laying down, I just felt a resistance there.
Yeah. I believe that. And yet, like the way you describe your experience of it, the experience that you described sounds like there was a real experience of the depths.
Could be mental.
Well, yeah, any kind of experience of how did you describe it? Like there was like a
resistance. Something's there. A resistance stopping from going all the way down, because I could feel like the open space, but it's just like my body didn't want to go any further.
Right.
That's how it felt when I was laying down.
That your awareness is already in the depths.
Okay.
So your body is resting on the top. And there's this sort of like, or your awareness that, oh, I'm only here. But in truth, your awareness is already way down here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's how it felt like to me at the time. I'm just like, oh, like why doesn't that? Because sometimes I feel it myself going all the way down, and It just felt very strange. But sitting up, it's such a different, experience. It was.
And sometimes we can really meet ourselves at that level of resistance and be there and kind of be like, whew, and drop and open. But it sounds like it was just like, I'm here.
Yeah.
Sometimes
that's what it felt like. It was just like I was there and I couldn't go any further, and my whole body was like would tense. I kind of felt my body tensing up a little bit, like when I would feel myself going down a little bit. I don't know if it was just today but it was really relaxing.
And then you can, what I've found helpful too in the practice is when I feel that kind of tensing in my body happen, I'll come back up to the surface, relax my whole body again, and then drop again. And often the dropping doesn't start like this is the surface. It doesn't start here again. It kind of starts lower down, It's not like we're starting at the beginning again. That's been my experience. I don't know about anybody else. But it's worth coming back up and settling your body. And then.
Well, I did a couple of times when I was sitting, because all of a sudden it felt a little, I was tensing up a little bit, and all of a sudden it would just release again. And yeah. It felt wonderful sitting down today. It was great.
Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? And when it doesn't, we can keep coming back and attending to your body, attending to the tension and letting go of tension.
I feel like a lot of tension when we were going through the 10 points in the somatic meditation. So I think I was holding a lot of tension in my face too. Like when we were working in the feet, like I could feel it all building up in my face. And it was just there and there and there. And then by the time we got to the face, it all just released. It was great.
I see you both signed up for the intensive.
Yes.
And I know the live classes won't be at the right time for you, but you'll be able to practice with the recordings and follow the program, which I think will still be a quite valuable experience.
I look forward to it. I hope it's not as bad as April.
Oh, it's funny. That's what you're going in with.
That's what I thought of when I saw so many days. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Well, I feel like it's like, okay, there's a connective tissue practice to lead you in, and then there'll be a talk, and then we're going to do earth descent. And then there'll be a restorative yoga practice to support you, and we'll have some food from the earth to support the practice. It sounds nourishing.
The other one sounds fine too.
Name's April. Oh gosh.
Yeah. When I saw the classes for April, I was like, oh, this is nothing. I've done these classes. They're great.
How about we just turn up and do it and see what happens?
Exactly, Michelle.
I mean, I didn't put it together to take you guys through any dark night of the soul, if that's what you're thinking.
No, I know, but it's just the way it came out. I mean, we were all.
No, I mean this earth one.
Oh, this was okay. Good.
I mean, but it's true. We'll see what happens. You never know, right?
Yeah. That's good. I like the doing meditation every day, and it feels good. And
yeah, we'll see. I mean, I've been doing the practice every day. That was my intention coming from the retreat, because I noticed that aspect of my practice was just the most unstable. So my intention is to do it every day until then, and go as long as I need to as well. And so I'll be super stable in the practice by then. That'll be more, I guess it's not, I won't be a month.
Well, it's in 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, so it'll be a good 3 weeks though. So I think it'll be interesting. I'm excited about it.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm excited to have that kind of focus of practice as a community too.
Yeah. I like the retreats when we do it as a community. It just feels so nourishing to, like, when everybody's doing it together.
Yeah, to come together every day. You know, even though you guys, not necessarily everybody can come, there's something in that intentionality of it. That was that's big. Yeah, so that'll be good. Okay, well, thank you. It was good to connect with you again.
You too.
Yep, it was.
And I will see you this week on the forum.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.